Hey, what's going on? My name is Sam Martin. If you don't know me, I'm the guy who went from being an awkward homeschool farm boy to making over 364,000 in sales and entrepreneurship without a business or a college degree. And this right here is a place where we teach you how to level up your skills, make more money, and have more freedom. So let's dive into today's lesson. Guys, I really want to keep this super real for you. This is the one hidden thing that's killing your progress to the 10K a month freedom that you want, right? A lot of people think that it's their job. They're not paying them enough. They're not giving them the right opportunities. People think it's the economy. They think it's AI. They think it's because they don't have enough time, because they don't have enough money. I'm here to tell you the truth that it's none of those things, right? The number one hidden thing that's holding you back from making progress towards your 10K a month goal and having the freedom that you want to take care of your family, to travel, to have adventure, to live the life that you truly want. You say you want it and you know in your heart you want it, but there's something missing. There's one thing holding you back. And that one thing is fear of failure, right? Fear of failure. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's going on. Most people think if I try and I fail, what's going to happen, right? And I want you to just sit with it for 1 minute and just think about, okay, what if I did go all in on that goal, that 10K a month? What if I quit my job? Or what if I started something on the side? I invested in a coach or mentor or a business model, whatever. When you think about taking that step, what happens? What comes up for you, right? All of those things that are coming up in your mind right now. Oh, what if I would lose my place, or I wouldn't have enough money for food or rent or whatever? Those are all the fears that are coming up. And obviously you need to be logical when you go and you make a switch, but those are the things that are holding you back from actually taking the action without having to quit your job or, do any of the craziness, right? Like you can actually take steps. And I've been there. The first thing I want to just say with this is like the fear of failure is real, right? It's real and it's an illusion at the same time. So you're saying, how could that be? How could they both be true at the same time? Well, it's because fear is a real emotion. It's a real thing that you feel. And when you start, like, you think about those thoughts, you probably have some tension or some resistance internally in your chest or wherever that you're feeling. You're like, oh, crap, like this is scary. And you kind of like, you feel that. You internalize it. You feel that in your body. But it's also an illusion, right? Fear is a real feeling and it sucks, right? Because it can get in your head, but it's a mile wide and it's an inch deep. So if you take that step, you'll find yourself going right through fear. On the other side, there's nothing there, right? Most of the time, obviously things go bad, whether you take the step or whether you don't take the step. Just remember this: when you go to take action towards your goals and you feel that fear of failure coming up, remember that fear is a mile wide and it's an inch deep, right? You can't go around it. All you have to do is take that step and you step through it and you're like, oh, this is fine, right? Second thing that I want to talk about is the fear of what will other people think if I try and fail, or if I try and look stupid. If I try again, maybe you failed before at something. Maybe in the third grade you did a spelling bee and you botched up a word and everybody laughed, right? Or maybe you tried out for a team and you botched it, or whatever. That thing from your past that you failed at before is holding you back. It's reminding you of, it's building that identity of, oh, look, you did this in the past. You're not going to be able to do it again. You don't want to hold on to that, right? And I want to hit on that in the next point. But the fear of what other people will think is huge, right? When you think about taking that step, whether that's quitting your job, starting a side business, whatever, you normally think like, oh, what are other people going to think, right? Or you start like worrying about, oh, other people think I'm dumb, or, like, what are people going to say? They're going to give me crap, whatever. And again, that's real. People will give you crap. Expect them to give you crap. They gave me crap. And most of like the people that I've helped and worked with, they give them crap. So it's normal and it's to be expected, but you don't want to let other people's opinions be what determines your path in life, your success. Do you want on your tombstone to read, he did everything safe, nobody thought he was stupid, right? No, you want your intention, your goals, your purpose, and your value to be known, and you want to accomplish something. You want to do something with your life. You want to provide for your family. But that's not the same thing as doing what other people think is right. The only thing that's right is what is right for you to do. So when you think of that fear of what are other people going to think when I take this step, there's normally one or two people that come to mind, right? Maybe it's your mother-in-law, maybe it's your father-in-law, maybe it's your dad, your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, or Uncle Bill, whoever Uncle Bill is to you, right? That one or two people that come up when you think about that. Let me just ask you this. Do you want that person to be the one who controls your future? I'm going to say probably not. Maybe you don't even like them that much. That's fine. You don't have to like Uncle Bill or your stepmom, but you do have to be true to yourself and what is required for you to hit the goals that you have. You track with me? Third thing I want to hit on when it comes to the fear of failure and that thing that's holding you back from taking the steps that you need to become that six-figure earner that you want to be, so you can set your family up, do all the things that you want to do, is that fear that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a step to success, right? And let me just explain it like this. Most people think that it's the polar opposite. They think that failure is over here and success is over here. So they're thinking, oh, if I try to go forward and I fail, and I'm going the wrong direction of success, right? I'm going backwards. That's bad, right? When in reality is failure is here and success is here. So you have to go through failure. You have to go through failure to get to success, right? And the more failures you go through in the right direction, you will actually succeed faster. But if you're always hiding and holding back from that fear of failure, you'll never actually take a step, and you'll never actually move closer towards that 10K a month or that dream career or that freedom that you want, right? I want you to switch your mindset from failure is bad to failure is okay. It's okay to fail, and it's good to fail if you're failing in the right direction and it's towards success, right? You're not going to know all the perfect steps, but you got to know directionally, where do I want to go? Okay, I want to make more money. I want to have more freedom. Well, am I going to do that in my current job? If the answer is no, move in that direction. You got to start taking steps and taking responsibility for where you want to go, right? If you think of a baby who's trying to learn how to walk, if that baby was so scared to ever try to take a step, they would never learn how to walk, right? They would just sit there on the floor, and I'm assuming they would just become an adult sitting there on the floor. But fortunately, babies don't have that fear of failure, but you do have that fear of failure. And as adults, we do, because we've fallen before and we know that it hurts. But that can't hold us back from trying, or we'll just stay there forever. So that's what I want to leave with you guys today, is how critical this hidden thing is that you're probably not even aware of, that is holding you back. And you think, oh, it's because I'm busy, it's because of work, it's because of this, it's that. You could write it off to be a million things. But the truth of the matter is, until you sit with it and you actually be real with yourself of like, okay, when I think about taking this step, what things come up for me? What thoughts, what emotions, what feelings do I have about this? That's where the truth is. So I want you to take a minute to sit with that, think about that, and actually ask yourself, okay, what is coming up for me? And do I want to let this thing that's coming up for me be the thing that determines my path? Or am I going to take responsibility? Am I going to take action towards my goals? So that's it for this video. I hope this is helpful as you're progressing towards your 10K a month goal and achieving that freedom. Hope this is valuable. If it was, feel free to drop the subscribe button below and like. I always appreciate you guys' support. So see you guys in the next video.